Hello Year 10. So, in the next of our abstraction series, we're going to look at working in the style of Oliver Kay, who does these emerging geometric shapes out of landscapes. Now, of course, this doesn't have to be a landscape. It could be done with a still life. It could be done with a landscape. It could be done with more architectural photography or even portraiture. But you can apply it in there. So let's have a look at how he does that. Where is my Photoshop? Here it is. Right, okay, so here is one I did at a basketball court that I found in Gamston. So, how do we do it? Really simple. So, I'm just going to hide that layer that I've already created. Okay, so here is my original photograph. And what I want to do is I'm going to take the square selection tool, or rectangular marquee tool, sorry, its proper term, and I am going to create myself, I'm just going to judge it, a rectangle that feels somewhat equal to the edges, but don't worry too much about that right now. So I've selected that space out and where it's going to go. Next, I'm going to create a brand new layer, and on that brand new layer, I'm going to be selected, and then I'm going to go to Edit and Stroke. Now, I've got it currently set to 20 pixels, which is what I used in the example I just showed you a moment ago, and I'd already set the colour to white. The thickness or thinness of the line or the colour is for you to choose what's relevant and what works with your image. I've got it set to outside, and then I just press OK, and it puts that white line on the outside of our selection. And then I'm just going to do Control D and deselect. Now, I want to make sure that that is very central. So I've got that layer highlighted, and then I'm going to press Control and highlight a picture, which is our background layer, and it's locked as a background layer. I'm going to go to the toolbar, select the Move tool, and then it gives us these options here. And this is about how you align your picture. And I'm going to do align horizontal centers and align, I think it's vertical centers. Yes. So now that's nice and equal. Now, the deletion part of it. How are you going to do it? Now, there's several ways you can do that. Now, what I did try originally was to see if I could get it to sort of show in between the gates, in between the bars on the sort of, well, it's actually a goal post at the bottom. It's sort of like a decorative goal. I think it's just to stop the ball flying past the goal if you miss it. But tried to get it sort of weave through those, and it didn't. It looked dreadful. So I just decided to delete that off. So how did I go about deleting it? Now, there's several ways you can delete in Photoshop. You're all aware of this. I'm just going to select back onto layer 2. One of the things I tend to do to help me when I'm deleting it is lowering the opacity a bit, so I can see where I actually need to delete it. Now, if it's really square edges, I tend to just use the polygon marquee tool, because I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, polygonal lasso tool, but when it's a rounder edge, I tend to use the rubber. You could do it using pen tool if it was really complicated, but we haven't done much learning about pen tool yet, so I wouldn't suggest that at this moment. So what I've done with this is I've got my brush set to a hard edge, really small, and then I'm just going to go and do it bit by bit, plenty of clicks. Don't forget you can use history tool if you slightly go over the top, and I can make that a bit bigger now. And then I can just delete the rest of it, so when it comes back on, it appears to go behind the goalpost. So I'm just going to complete this bit while we're on together, and then I will cut some of the video out and have a bit of a one I made earlier moment in a second. Right, so this is a nice straight edge, so I can use the marquee tool to make sure I get a nice straight edge on this one. So I've selected that, just press delete, and then Control and D to deselect. And again here, I can use the marquee tool. And don't forget, if you feel like you deleted too little or too much, you can always use the history tab or go in and delete more if you need to. And mine actually, for fun, use the rubber to delete off that tree. And then I am actually going to get rid of the white line from there, from here downwards. And then I'm going to have it re-emerge over at the trees. So let's have a look at getting that completed. Now, when it gets to the trees, I tend to use just the rubber and get in really on bits like this. Just the opacity is lower on this layer anyway, and then I would just use the rubber very small, and when you get to the details, then just rub them out yourself and go through that process. And there you can see now that it is it comes out from behind the trees and it is completed. And that's how you can work in the style of Oliver Kay. And you could quite easily develop this idea with artists such as Victoria Seymour, or Seymour, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, I'm afraid, or this artist, which is Florent Bodart, which is, yeah, B-O-D-A-R-T, but it's just, you could use shape and colour to create interesting work. So, yeah, have a go and see where you want to develop.